Hi again, everyone. It's Sarah Revels from New Hampshire Center for Cognitive and Behavioral Therapies. And today I am thrilled to be sitting with our LADAC, our licensed alcohol and drug counselor,
Brando.
brand new, Gary McAree. So, hi,
Hey, Sarah. I
Gary.
just want to take this moment. I'm really excited about the opportunities I have with NHC CBT, and I can bring a wide group of experience. I've been a pharmacist, I've been in
Yeah.
recovery, I've done a lot of different things in life. I like to work with all ages of people, from
Hmm.
adolescence to adulthood. And like I say, I really understand substance abuse, the issues that come with it. I know the anxiety, the depression. I understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
And so, really, I think that Gary, you have a lot of empathy and knowledge when it comes to people who either are at risk of substance use or are currently struggling with active substance use disorder or are needing that continuum of care, right? Maybe they're doing pretty well and they need someone to help them sustain their
Right,
recovery as they maybe come out of IOP or something like
right.
that. So really just having a good understanding and some way to support that.
Just having a real understanding of what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what it's like. There's a lot to it. I've been there, done that, and the anxiety, the depression, what's going on. Your life's a mess. You're feeling overwhelmed. Things just don't make any sense. I can be there, and like I said, I've been around for decades, and I understand it, and have done it, and can help you.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really appreciate about you, Gary, is as you were saying, Gary has a lot of experience and has experience with pharmacology, with addiction, and also, Gary, you have a New Hampshire state approved supervisory agreement under me because Gary is a candidate for licensed clinical mental health counselor uh, to have that license and is working towards a master LADAC license as well. Really already have the master's degree and can do some great co-occurring work and behavioral health work. And I think what's some other really interesting things about you, Gary, that I think will help people know if you could be their person, is that you work with individuals, but you also work with couples,
Couples and families.
couples and families as well.
We cannot separate ourselves from the family. We're all part of a system. I have this systemic approach. I like to see we're all part of a system and how we all function together.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about substance abuse, there's sometimes a lot of dysfunction and sort of help sort things out. I love to work with couples. Are challenging and fun.
Yeah.
Challenging and fun.
And we're in your nice cozy office here. So people can't see your whole office right now, but you can get a little bit of a sense. Gary has this gorgeous window over
Does
here and it's nice
prime time.
downstairs, prime time, prime view. And when we think also about couples and we think about individuals, couples, families, I guess the other thing I want to make sure we mention is that Gary, you are going to be putting together a men's group because
Yes.
even though we need to look at things systemically and have like wraparound and inclusion of their support system, sometimes it's important for an individual to have a little bit of time, I guess, with people who understand them and kind of get together and talk about issues that might, that they might feel are unique to them. So you'll be putting together a men's group, right?
There's a lot of pressure men feel today, and men don't usually talk to other people about it.
Mm,
That's why I love men's meetings when you get together, when you can talk. Men can be men. You can let down your hair per se and be who you are. You're
yeah.
not afraid. You're not going to be judged because we're all the same. I mean, we all have issues, and just to share and talk and realize we're not unique. It's not just us. We come together. I am really big on men's groups.
And I'm excited about that too, just being even I identify as a woman and even being a woman, I feel like culture is always changing and expectations on women are always changing, expectations on men are always changing, expectations on persons with gender fluidity are changing, and there's so much out there in terms of, for everyone, including men. There's so much out there about like what does it mean to be a man today and how do I define that, and how to love people well and safely, and how to be part of a family, and what is my role, and how am I navigating life. I feel like you're so right, Gary. I think that I've heard from men as well that sometimes that can be just as much a struggle for a man as for anyone else. And so I am excited that we can offer a space that's really just for men. And at NHC CBT, one thing that's been interesting is about 50% of our clients are men. And so we're very supportive of all genders and sexual orientations. And so I think sometimes people think of counseling as like women's space for whatever reason, maybe because they feel like they'll get nurtured or cared for here. And that's stereotypical, I guess, woman thing. But we're definitely a really supportive place for men and women and children. We try to take care of the whole family the best we can. So Gary, I'm excited you'll be running that group. And important thing to mention. Speaking of taking care of the whole family and the whole person, Gary, you're also under supervision toward becoming an ASECT certified sex therapist. Do you want to share a little bit about what you think that can bring to your work for people?
That's huge for men, especially men's. A lot of, like Sarah was talking about, the men's groups. A lot of times men need to talk to other men. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. The sex therapy is, it's to me, it's always, I've been in like around the program for a while, and I know a lot of men have a lot of issues, and I'm not going to get to the video with that, but if you're a guy out there, you get where I'm coming from. There's a whole lot of pressure we put on it. There's a whole lot of issues. I just think this is a fantastic. I like to put these pieces together: family, sex, and the substance abuse.
Well, sex is sometimes how we make
Abuse.
families, how we make more
Right.
people, or how we can connect with our partners, even for purposes beyond
Right.
reproduction. Right? There's so many sex. Our sexual health is so important.
Huge.
And when people are using substances or recovering from substances, that is one piece of the life that's impacted. Even when people are transitioning within their relationship, sex and sexuality is a big part of it. And sometimes if you're on a new prescription, I feel like a lot of clients I've worked with can identify with certain prescriptions they might need to help with something like an anxiety or OCD, and that can impact sexual functioning or body image, and it's so huge. So I think it's amazing that Gary is really taking the initiative, and I completely support you in that, to really learn about sexuality and sexual health and physical health. And I think that you just have the background to learn, to really keep learning about that.
Right.
And so that I'm excited that we'll have here. I think when you get your certification, Gary will be the only male ASECT certified sex therapist in all of New Hampshire.
It's huge, especially from a male's perspective. It's just so huge. We put so much pressures on it. I mean, society's put pressures, like Sarah says, the
Yeah.
roles and stuff. Just to sit and talk to someone and get a feel, just just to talk to someone, and especially if you're in a group, and you'd be surprised if something's bothering you, it's probably bothering 9 other people.
Yeah.
So we're not that uncommon, and
Mm-hmm.
we learn the support we get from a group and from people, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We live a happier, healthy
Yeah.
life.
So couples can come and talk with you about a variety of things, and individuals can come and talk
Mhm.
with you. You can also look out for Gary's group. And the last thing that we'll put out there, it's not fully settled yet, but we're looking into it, is Gary, you're gonna be introducing me to a fluffy friend soon to see if they want to come work here.
I got the coolest dog I've ever had. It's a little cockapoo. It's the greatest little dog. It's
It's
real
like, right?
friendly, and it's what's amazing. Sometimes when you're in therapy, you can get emotional and get a little distraught. The dog loves that. It'll jump up in your lap and
Oh,
sit there and try to lick your hands, and it breaks you out of the
what's the dog's name?
Darcy, Darcy,
Darcy. So
Darcy.
I'll be meeting Darcy soon,
So
and we'll see if Darcy could be our newest team member here, and that will be the fifth dog. But if you're not comfortable with dogs, that's okay too. And we always ask on the phone when you call about your comfort level, and we have safe spaces for our fluffy friends to go if you need just some time with Gary. And so, Gary, is there Anything else I didn't ask you about that you feel like it's really important to mention briefly here, or do you think we really covered the
I
main
ju-
things?
I just like to say I've been in I was a pharmacist for 25 years and sort of stopped that and decided I've been in recovery for a long time. Went back to get my master's degree, got the late act, and I have a lot of empathy. I really want to help people. I know what you're going through. I've been there, done that, and I try to. I just really, it's really important to me. I really want to help you save your life.
Oh,
And out there, it's ugly out there now. People,
yeah.
where I work at a rehab facility, people are dying all the time, and it's kind of sad. You know, I try to reach them, and I really, that's my game. That's my gig.
I know how much you care.
I do.
Well, we're lucky to have you here.
Lucky
Thank
to be
you.
here. This beautiful window.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Sal.
And we'll see you soon. So if you want to connect with Gary, then you can either email us at info at nhccbt.com, or just go to www.nhccbt.com, or call us 603-659-0202. Again, 603-659-0202, and we'll talk to you soon.
And she's always this bubbly.